Well, if this is gonna be anything like oh, that's -1 morale. Oh. But yeah. +10 morale. I guess we can do that for the time being. Maybe some of that too. I think I need to do some like cooking maybe. Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to do some like cooking. Okay, so let me. So -5 per day. So this should go up maybe. -10% cook, +1 worthless idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's go ahead and see what's in the Water Shapers Guild. I just really like exploring. Just really like exploring.
Takehu, you have shirked your duties for the last time, I say.
A guildmaster in fine robes stares down the sizable blue-skinned Amawa before her. Students observe the exchange in a loose circle, exchanging whispers.
Guildmaster, be reasonable.
He tosses his anemone-like hair, which glows faintly as each bulbous strand settles in place.
I skipped one lecture to travel up the mountain. Still, the palace is closed until you present me before Onikaza.
He crosses his arms and raises one eyebrow. The murmurs of the crowd grow in volume.
You went alone. I asked for patience, but as usual, you make a trench out of a tide pool.
Say nothing.
My patience wears thin, old shark. You have stifled me enough for one trip through Rakuhu's bowels.
I say Ngati weeps at her petulant spectacle of a child.
He's the child of Ngati? Andra? Goddess of the sea?
Ikera. The significance is clearer to some than others.
For a water shaper who treasures his duty to the goddess, you spend too many days cavorting at the brothel.
Ugh, insufferable. Did you need something? Or is it enough to bask in perfection?
Takeo grins and opens a palm, inviting you to speak. Water shaping sounds like prestigious talent.
Well, through our connection to the gods, the Hawana mold water like it is clay, easing it into an assumed form. We could sink every ship in Rawatai's fleet if they drew too close to the city, but some of us have gentler tastes. Some of us see water shaping for what it is, a gift of divine expression.
So you're a water shaper.
Well, surely you have seen my works across Nekitaka.
So is he like a... Is it... Interesting.
Look to the antechamber of the Kahanga Palace for my Apple of Ngati, or to the luminous bathhouse for my Dance of the Wanton Priestess.
Uh-huh.
For as long as there have been Hawana, there have been water shapers. But only since Tekehu has water shaping been art.
I take it you and the Guildmaster don't get along.
Kira, I bring art to the Guild of Water Shapers, but they do not tolerate expression here. What I am is to blame, I say.
Godlike?
Just so. Blessed and cursed at birth, I say. Water shaping is Ngati's gift to the Hawana, and apparently I am too. Savior to the tribes.
So... shouldn't you be just a little grateful? His upper lip curls and he waves you off.
The only question is, do I return to my duties, or while away a few hours in the bathhouse?
The bathhouse, definitely the bathhouse.
The waters are fine, I say. Finer still with company.
Gives me a pained look. It's passionate. I'm sorry. That's my character. Sighing to himself, Takeo scans you up and down. He casually clears his throat and glances away. Wait, I didn't mean...
Take no offense. Time alone is never wasted, I say.
Well, I could use a rowdy fish like you on the Defiant if you'll have a watcher at the helm.
A watcher? And here I am, used to being the freak of Pariki's Overlook. What does a watcher do?
I commune with the spirits of the dead. No, I am an intermediate between here and the in-between.
Ikera, just so. I say I am no sailor, and I know even less about death. I am an artist.
He stirs his fingers through the air, drawing together droplets of moisture into an orb of water that floats over his palm.
My peers do not understand. Water shaping to them is like studying calligraphy, to brew ink and sort parchment.
Well, I'm curious to see what you can do.
The tide brings unexpected gifts. You are not unknown to me, I say. Whispers of an Adra Colossus reach my ears. And louder whispers of a corpse who follows him. What will you do when you catch up to this walking god?
I'll offer a few compliments, buy him a drink, see where it goes from there.
For me, there is not enough rum in the Deadfire to even consider it. If it untangles me from the guild's apron strings, then you can mount me as the figurehead of your fair ship. Our quarters may smell of fish before long, but your crew will be more beautiful by association, I say.
Always worth suspecting the captain be drawn to the blue and the beautiful. Welcome aboard, lad.
Well, let's be
Lead
off.
on. It will be good to put some distance between myself and the guild, even if we find less savory places along the way. A fair warning, Captain. Ngati gifted her favorite son with more than his stunning complexion.
Oh, number 2. Wow. What? Can you breathe can you breathe underwater?
Good guess. Only for as long as, well, I say you will learn. In time.
Oh. Oh. A druid, chanter, and druid chanter, a third. Interesting. I messed around with the druid a little bit. Didn't exactly care for it. Yeah, not exactly, but something. So, you know, we'll go I really did like the chanter. Unfortunately, our chanter bugged because his abilities kept multiplying, and I didn't want to mess with the character that kind of bugged out. So we'll preview ability tree. Okay, so what can the chanter do in the first place? Okay, this is chanter. This is an helm hereof crashed upon the shield. This is not felled by the axe. Okay, these are spells I take. Or are these chants? Oh god. Oh, this is a chant. Okay. Quickest of his tribe. Cost 3 phrases. Okay, so +4 slash armor rating, +4 shock armor rating. Allied AoE plus self. Interesting. +10 fortitude. What else is there? Oh, that's a good skill. Why don't you have that? And then we got Druid. You know what? Let's do it. Boom. Oh god. Oh god. When you have a chanter area selected, click on their chanting skill icon, and on their hotbar will allow clicking on their chanter skill on the hotbar will allow you to create chants. Chants are the battle songs. Chanters use chanters used to strengthen their friends and diminish their foes. Clicking on a chant will show the phrases it uses. Yep. Okay.
Farewell and fair winds to you.
If you want for company, look no further. You have my attention.
Sure I do. As you turn to Takeo, a shadow passes over your vision. You feel a tug from somewhere deep within his soul. Under the sensation. Takeo's soul is vibrant and energetic, almost too lively to occupy its mortal shell. There's a bright thread of energy that trails away from him. You instinctively follow it. You stand in a grand hall, underwater and cloaked in oppressive shadows. Pillars of coral and bone reach up to support a ceiling that must be hundreds of fathoms away. Chandeliers lit both bioluminescent globes dangle from, that was a hard word, from the long ropes, swaying in languid tentacular motion. I'm running into some weird and hard words all at the same time. Ugh. Also, it kind of isn't that great that I can't particularly read well sometimes, which means I need to go. Beer time. Cheers, chat. At the farthest end of the hall sits Andra, as tall as a castle keep and leaning forward in her throne. She has adopted the head of an anglerfish and regards you with its globular stare. Her sickle-shaped jaw opens and closes in a rictus of conflicted emotions.
A life without friction or challenge has left the boy in need of guidance.
And the voice of Andra pounds at your mind with relentless force.
He thinks himself frail, but my heart beats in his chest. He is stronger than either of you could know.
Is she talking? Wait. Is she talking to us? Through his soul? What? Regarding with a warm smile, Takeo at first seems oblivious to your momentary detachment. Then his furrows with concern.
Captain, what say? You look a little blue about the gills.
I'm fine. Andra just reached out to me.
Ingati spoke to you. Ha! To leave her son guessing. Oh, this is my tricksome mother through and through.
She seems to care about your well-being.
What mother doesn't? You must be special indeed for Ngati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Kara, but send her my fondest wishes.
Where did you live prior to Nekataka?
The Kahanga are my tribe, but my people settled on Atua, an island too modest to deserve the attention of maps. My mortal mother tans boar hides. My father trades in the abundance of pearls and opals Atua is blessed to provide. When I was born, father called me his blue topaz boy.
Your birth must have been a big event.
Ikera, high winds stirred the vigor of the seas. 2 huts collapsed before our local storm speaker could shout down the weather. They say the skies only cleared when I fell into the midwife's basket. Peace had returned to the island, or so the Mataru predicted.
What'd you do around the island?
I could not be kept from the water, so my father taught me how to dive for pearls and azada snails. Ngati filled my palms with riches on every harvest, I say. When I came of an age to begin a man's pursuits, the Mataru reached out to the Kahanga Queen. Weighing my arrival against the forces that descended on her territory, the Queen could not invite Ngati's chosen into the Water Shapers Guild fast enough. In hard times, the endorsement of a goddess is more valuable than currency.
Have any other notable godlike come from Itua?
Doubtless, I say. But I am the most precious gem of recent history. Godlike are revered as bringers of local change, but only Ngati's chosen is thought to deliver an omen for all Huana at once.
Back to my previous question.
Kara, speak on.
Tell me about water shaping.
Ah, the art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people. Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping.
What are these forms?
Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test.
Tekio closes his eyes and sweeps out his hands, exhaling sharply.
The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say.
Tekio crosses one leg before the other and sways on the spot.
Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera?
Tekio opens his eyes, which now resemble polished onyx. His smile is hungry, predatory. He blinks, and the effect is gone.
The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, I say.
You said there were 4 forms.
Ah, it is only by force of habit that I omit the final form. We do not speak of it in the guild. The form of transcendence.
Tekio closes his eyes and concentrates. Holding out his palm, he bites his lower lip and focuses. Finally, he shakes his head and stands at ease once more.
Only a story, I say. Even crafty Periki could not commit this ancient form to her scrolls. It was said that our ancestors could shape the very oceans of the Deadfire. This was Ngati's true gift, but we have yet to recover it from the ruins of our past.
Well, let's be off then. Interesting.
At your service.
Here we go. Let's see what you can do. All right, so you are resistance to resolve afflictions. Radius 5.2 radius. Huh. Resistance to constitution afflictions as well. You are plus 10 fortitude, plus 10 will. 6 seconds. Suppose we could do something like that with the time being. Yeah, something. I suppose something like this, or oh, bollocks. Now we can do something like that. And then, oh, you're a. Oh my. Well, hello. Oh, okay. You are bright and shiny. Shiny. Anyways, let me see your skills you have. Okay, Shatter the Shackles. Well, that's your level 2 spell over there. As a druid, you'll. Ooh, you have Nature's Mark. Eee. And then this is Water Shaper. Unique to the Huana, Water Shaper druids possess a special affinity with water in all its forms. Water shaping is ancient. Okay. Learn secret water shaping spells as new power levels. Frost and water spells cast this way are foe only. Oh. Entity that is capable of striking foes. Foe AoE. Ooh. Freeze damage. Ooh. Nice. Okay. 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 We can work with this. Yeah, we can definitely work with this. We could totally work with this. All right, so
My friend, you hide your face in a book while the beauty of the Deadfire passes you by.
A readied mind will be far more useful the next time we face dragons, cultists, or vampires.
You are ready to face death. What of life, I say?
If you'd never experienced the pleasure in a good book, more's the pity.
I can definitely tell they already don't like each other. Oh, another dog. Oh, another pet was added to my stash. Okay. Dark cupboard. Okay, so I say we're gonna go. Ah, there we go. We can continue onwards with I guess the main story, so we can open things up a bit. Hopefully, we can get Pelagina back. That would be great. Because then I'd be back to my normal party. +1. -1. Actually, technically, -2. Oh, I miss Sagani. I actually really do miss Sagani. Oh, there's the Kanaga Palace. Quick save. Hold on. Okay, how long is it gonna take us to get down to here? 2 hours. Ugh. Huh? Please don't be morning by the time we get down there. That would suck. Please don't be morning. Please don't be morning. Because I want to finish up this quest. Well, looks like we won't be able to do that just yet. Wu Hai's estate. It seems like that's going to take us quite... Wu Hai.
At last. Akira, I have waited a second lifetime. There you are.
The spirit tilts her head, considering you. After a moment, she reaches a hand towards you. Reach out your hand. She lets out a soft sighing. Your hand passes through hers. She lets out a soft sighing sound and draws her hand back.
I did not expect to wait so long for Rikuhu's messenger. Or have you come as Barrett's usher? The foreigners twist even our gods. Should you not be a dwarf?
I'm not the usher. I'm a watcher.
Akira, I have not met one before. Nor will I again, I think. But you are here to take me away, are you not? Well, I refuse to go. Never will I move from this place until justice is done. I follow Magrin's way. Yet sickness took me before my time. I died alone and without honors. It must be put right. My body cannot be left here to rot, forgotten. I feel it there like an itch.
Who are you?
I have been many things. And in performing my duties, I brought honor to my caste and to my kin. A sea captain, a great explorer, trusted advisor to the queen herself. Now, that is before I left the sea for the mountains to make maps and guide others. Chief Navigator, that is what I made of myself.
Do you know where you are?
I can see nothing in this place of death but distant lights. But I feel I must be close to where I died.
What's the last
I
thing
have
you...
not taken one step since the darkness came.
What's the last thing you remember?
The sickness. Days of it. Lying in my own filth as the disease withered me. I passed from wakefulness to sleep with every breath. But I knew it once when it was over.
Is that why you haven't moved on? I could help you.
Of course. Some kind of mistake was made, and now Magrin will put it right. I thank you. Please, search my home. My body cannot be far.
All right. Just let me loot everything first.
No one to check up on her, I guess.
Oh. Oh. Ooh, what are you? A Valian breastplate. Intriguing.
Stabbing.
All right. So now that we've looted the place. The lifeless body of a Huana woman recovered from an estate in Serpent's Crown.
Have you found it? Akira, I hope I have not rotted away.
I found a body in the bed. I assume it's yours.
Yes. To think, a Mataru of the Kahunga tribe left to die alone and forgotten. Unthinkable.
No one deserves to end up like this. I'll put it right.
Then I was right to wait. All will be made right again, and I will rest. Take Take my body to the Temple of Magrin in the Sacred Stair. There is a great fire there that burns eternally. Burn my body there, so that it may be dedicated to Magrin in death. I cannot pass from this life until all is in order.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Of course. When all is done, Magrin will light a path for me. Or else, if I must face a final test of my navigator's skill, I will impress her.
Okay. Where's Tanako's estate? Lady Apero's estate. Road east. Oh, we needed to head up here, though. Okay, what's her request? Her last request. Okay. It remains to the Temple of Magrin in the Sacred Stair District. Okay, so the Sacred Stair District is our next area of discovery, possibly. What?